Hope everybody's having a good day. Today we're going to be solving another problem of the week by the University of Waterloo. So first, let's read the problem. So the problem goes, Pauline has 5 rocks, each of a different mass, and she weighs the rocks in pairs, and then she records the mass of each pair of rocks. Later, she realizes that she forgot to weigh the rocks individually, but no longer has access to a scale. The 10 recorded masses are 728, 757, 771, 783, 797, so on, and we are asked to determine the combined mass of all 5 rocks and then to determine the mass of the lightest rock. So, looking at this problem, something that would help is if you knew about combinatorics. So, like something like 5 choose 2, that type of stuff. But explaining it simply, let's say we have 5 things, right? A, B, C, D, E. And we were asked to choose 2 of these things, right? Well, when we say that, we have this many objects. In this case, we have 5 objects. And we are asked to choose 2 of those objects. We want to see how many different ways we can choose 2 of these objects, right? So this is one way we can choose those 2. We can also choose it like this. And yeah, that's basically what I mean when I say 5 choose 2, right? And basically, in this question, for each of these pairs, we are given a mass. We don't know which of these pairs they are, but we know the masses, right? Well, one thing you have to realize in this case is that, let's just start pairing them together, right? One pair would be A plus B equals that, and then all of these pairs, all of A is going to be paired with every single one of C, D, and E. And same thing with B. B is going to be paired with every single one of these other rocks, right? So we know that A plus B is going to equal some mass. B plus C, or yeah, let's just A plus C equals some mass. A plus D equals some mass. And then A plus E is going to equal some mass, right? And these masses are going to be one of the masses up here, up above. So what we have to realize is that if we were to just add all of this together, let's say we were to add all of these masses, so 728 plus 757 plus 771 plus 783 plus 797 plus 817 plus 826 plus 831 plus 860 plus 886. We are just adding all the different pairs of these, all different pairs. I'm not going to write all the different pairs. Or actually, yeah, I'm going to write all the different pairs. So it's easier to illustrate. B plus C, B plus D, B plus E, C plus D, C plus E, and D plus E. Right? If we added all of these pairs, we're going to get this added all up. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the sum of this part. All the weights together that she got on the scale. Right? So I'm going to take out my calculator and I'm going to add all of the numbers together. And I hope I entered all the values correctly, but I got 8,056. And this 8,056 is the same as this all added up, right? And another thing you need to notice is that there are going to be four A's, since each rock is going to be paired with the four other rocks. Each rock is going to appear four times in this, right? This is four times, B appears four times, C appears four times, D appears four times. So basically, 4A plus 4B plus 4C plus 4D plus 4E equals 8,056. And oh yeah, A, B, C, D, E, these represent the masses of the rock. So each of these letters represents the mass of one of the rocks. Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the start. But we get this expression. So to find the sum of all the rocks, we just divide 8,056 by 4, which is 2014. Huh, interesting. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do, we know the sum of all the rocks. When you want to find the weight of the lightest rock, right? Let's assume A is the lightest rock. Then we know that A equals 2014 minus B minus C minus D minus E. So basically, subtract the weights of all the other rocks from 2014 and you get A, right? So what is the weight of all the other rocks? Well, we have the weights in pairs, right? We have these pairs. Now, let's just pretend that the rock's weight increase in this order. So E is the heaviest rock, D is the second heaviest, C is the third heaviest, and then B is the fourth heaviest, right? What weight is going to be bigger, D plus E or E plus C, right? Or E plus B? Is D plus E going to be bigger or E plus C? Or any other pair? Well, D plus E, this pairing, is always going to be the heaviest mass. Like if you sum these two numbers up, they're always going to be heavier than C plus E or A plus B or B plus C. So looking at our weights over here, 886 is the biggest number of all of them. So oh wait, yeah, it is. So that means that D plus E, so the heaviest two rocks, when you add them together, you get 886. So we know D plus E. We're just going to write that down here. D plus E equals 886. Okay. Now what about B plus C? B plus C, what does B plus C equal? Well, let's do another example. So let's say I have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just like before, we need to add all of these numbers up in all the ways possible, right? Well, the smallest number, the smallest way, like we have to take two numbers from the set of 5 and add them up. The smallest sum I could possibly get is 1 plus 2, right? That's the smallest number I could possibly get if I were to choose two numbers from this and add them together. Well, what's the second smallest sum I could get? Well, the second smallest sum would be these two added together. because okay, so we know that the lightest two rocks, when you add them together, is going to give us the lightest sum. So that means that A plus B equals, let's see what's the smallest number here, 728. A plus B equals 728. Now, we know A plus B plus C plus D plus E equals 2014. So solving for C, we get 2014 minus 728 minus 886. That would be 400. Okay, so that is something we know. Now, A plus B equals 728, right? Well, since B is going to be bigger than A, then that means that if we divide 728 by 2, which is 364, A will always be less than 364. This has to be true because if A is greater than 364, then it will be greater than B. So A has to be less than 364. So now putting this all together, we know that of the values here, of the numbers that I have listed here, one of them is A plus C, right? One of them is going to be A plus C. And we also know that C is 400, so A plus 400 is going to equal one of these numbers, right? We know it can't be this because this is A plus B. And yeah, so looking at these numbers, we just test one of them. Test this one, right? 757. A is going to be equal 357. Okay, now what if we put this into, what if we say the sum is this? Well, then A is going to equal to 371, which can't be true because if we look down below, A has to be less than 364. So that means that of all these sums, the only one that is going to be A plus C and satisfy these conditions is A plus 400, so A plus C equals 757. If the sum is any greater than that, then A would be greater than 300 and 364, which can't be true. So that means that A plus C equals 757, which means that A, the lightest rock, is equal to 357. Let's see, do they have units? Yeah, 357 grams, and that is our answer.